In this presentation, we will discuss donated materials and services related to healthcare organizations. This is for FASB, donated materials and services. So we're talking about non-governmental, not-for-profit organizations. Donated materials that are material must be reported at fair value. So if there's a donation to the medical organization of materials which are material to that organization, then needs to be reported at fair value. It will be reported as contribution revenue and an expense or non-cash asset. In other words, if we were to think about the types of transaction, we're going to have revenue with relation to the donation. We're going to have a credit to revenue. Then the debit, if we consume it immediately, then would be to an expense. We could simply debit the expense as we consume the supplies at the same point in time. However, if we don't consume it immediately, if it's some type of supplies or something like that, we then put it on the books as an asset, non-cash asset, that we would then consume at some future point. At that point, then removing it from the supplies, recording the expense at that time. When donated materials are used in the providing of services, they will be included in the cost of services. So obviously, if we got the donated material, we put it on the books at either an expense or as the asset. Then when we consume them in the course of providing services, we will then record the cost of the services related to those donated materials. Contributed services are required to be recognized at their fair value if the services create an enhanced non-financial asset or require specialized skills are provided by individuals possessing those skills and typically would need to be purchased if not provided by donation. So in other words, what do we do when their service is going to be involved? If their service is provided, they would be included in revenue if one of these conditions are met. Once again, they create or enhance non-financial assets or require specialized skills. So we're not talking about non-specialized labor. We're talking about specialized type of skills that would be donated, are provided by individuals possessing those skills, and typically would need to be purchased if not provided by donation. Now we're going to talk about Gatsby, donated materials and services. We're on the governmental side of things as opposed to the non-governmental side of things. The donated materials are required to be recorded at fair value. If we think about the services, on the other hand, Gatsby does not provide for recognition of donated services, however. So that's going to be the difference between the Gatsby and the FASB, the non-governmental, not-for-profit, and the governmental, not-for-profit.